Hello everyone, this is Dushan for ICO TV video from Crypto Invest Summit in Los Angeles, and I'm talking to Mr. Selvam from Discovery ICO. Hi Selvam, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great. How do you like the event? 2 days. Yesterday was a little bit more busy. What about today?
Today is a little lighter than yesterday, but overall I think it's been great. The quality of participants here has been really good. It's been a good mix of investors, service providers, ICOs. So yeah, it's good.
It's a good experience, yeah? Okay, we just had a small chat before the interview, and your idea seems really disruptive and interesting. Can you tell me about your project?
Yes. So we are Discovery IoT. So we help brands track their products through their supply chain. Now when I say supply chain, let's say Nestle wants to understand, how many units of its chocolate bars are lying in each Walmart outlet, for how long, are there outlets that are going to run out of stock, are there outlets that have too much inventory. We all have been in outlets where you've seen empty shelves, right? So that's a very bad thing for a brand.
Yesterday it happened to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy a shirt and they didn't have my size.
I can totally relate to it. So brands spend so much of dollars in marketing to pull you to outlets. You go all the way to the brand, searching for the brand, looking for the brand, and then you find an empty shelf. That's terrible waste of money. And there are other cases where brands end up with too much inventory in retail outlets. So you have a food product that's going to expire in a couple of days. You want the brand to know that there's inventory. You need to do something about it, right? So on account of these issues, brands waste more than $1 trillion a year across the world, due to lack of this visibility that you just mentioned, right? You are a standing example. You had this issue yesterday.
It's 1 trillion of losses, you estimated, right?
Yes, and it's not my estimate. It's proven research that says, brands waste $1 trillion on account of these issues on an annual basis. So we at Discovery, help brands address these issues in real-time basis, so that if there's a particular outlet where you're running out of stock, the brand gets an immediate alert saying, hey, there's this outlet you might want to refill. And if there's other outlets where there's too much stock, they get that information as well, so that they can do something to liquidate stocks at those particular outlets. So that's the essence of the solution we are building. There's a consumer angle to the solution as well, which we find phenomenally interesting, which I'm sure you'll like as well. So let's say Amazon ships a bottle of shampoo to you, and they have our IoT tag, the Clayot, fixed at the bottom of the shampoo with a micro pressure sensor. So if you're 2 days away from running out of shampoo, the tag detects it automatically based on the volume available, and it pings Amazon saying, hey, there's this person who's going to run out of shampoo in the next couple of days, so you might want to reach out to him and ask him if he wants a refill or if he wants a new bottle supplied to him. That to me adds phenomenal value to brands and service providers alike. So at a fraction of the marketing cost that they would spend otherwise, they'd be able to reach out to customers who are in real need of your product.
You mentioned IoT device. Can you tell me what is this? What kind of device is it, and how big is it? Is it your development?
Yes, it is our development. The IoT device is basically an Internet of Things tag. It's the device is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch a square. It's being designed at a very small size, especially because it needs to fit on everyday products, right? The current IoT tags in the market come at a cost of $5 to $10, which obviously you cannot put on a $10 bottle of shampoo. Right, it's not commercially viable. That's the reason IoT has been restricted to, high-end bottles of wine or Louis Vuitton bags till date, right? So we are actually democratizing it. We are building this tag at a cost of 10 cents, which can actually go on a bottle of shampoo, or, a tube of toothpaste, or a cereal box, right? So we are democratizing IoT and bringing it to everyday products, so that's where we spend a lot of money, right? How much money do you spend on Louis Vuitton bag over 5 years, and how much money do you spend on bottles of shampoo over 5 years? That's where the real market is. So we are bringing IoT to daily products, and yeah.
It's really good, interesting piece of information. And this IoT device, you said for 10 cents, how they will connect then to other devices, how they will transmit the information?
Yes, that's the real area where we are completely disruptive in terms of the communications network itself. The current IoT tags, they have a GSM module. They need a SIM card to communicate with the 4G network, or they have Wi-Fi protocols and they need Wi-Fi networks to communicate, right? Which need not always be the case. In many places, your tag will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi protocol there. So we are building a community of users who will have our mobile application installed on their smartphones. So when the user reaches the proximity of the tag, when I say proximity, within 30 meters, typically in a shopping aisle, in a supermarket aisle, the tag automatically pairs with the smartphone user and uses the phone's cellular data network to to transfer this information to the enterprise. And
how will it connect with the smartphone, this device?
so this connects through a Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi protocol. This 10-cent tag has a modulator which can connect with your phone through the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi protocol. And you as a user, for lending your cellular data network, actually get financially rewarded for this, so that the incentive loop is closed. So for every GB of data that you help transfer through your cellular data network, you make up to $400. 1 GB costs less than $20, even in developed markets like the US. You make $400 for every GB of data that you help transfer through your cellular data network. So there's a massive incentive for the user to participate in the network, and the brands are willing to pay for this because it's real time and valid information that they get.
So participants with these smartphones will be essential in your ecosystem in order that the ecosystem will run. How are you planning to attract participants in this ecosystem?
So like with any two-sided marketplace, for instance, in Uber, you need enough taxi drivers and you need enough users, right? Commuters. That's when the ecosystem works. So we will be scaling in a geographic manner. We already have a pipeline of enterprise clients. I come from India and I run a supply chain services company with some of the largest FMCG companies in India. Just to give you an indication, we manage more than 150 million pounds of products through our supply chain on an annual basis. So we have massive client base on the enterprise side already. So we will need to build the community of users so to move the solution into the blockchain. And we will be scaling in a geographic manner. It doesn't make sense for us to go all over the place and not have enough density of users, right? So we will be scaling in a geographic manner so that we have enough density in a particular city before we move to the next city.
Your idea, the project, is obviously a disruptive in terms of market analysis data, and probably also in terms of consumers, how do you say, usage and so on of the products. So what do you expect your platform to be in 3 to 5 years? Are the currently existing players on the market in terms of market analysis data will see you as a competitor?
There are no particular competitors per se in the blockchain space. Hey, there are communication networks already there. For example, there are, even your 3G, 4G is a communications network to and from the IoT device. There's Sigfox, there's LoRaWAN that are especially meant for IoT communication. But the unique thing about our project is, one, your tag itself need not be GSM compliant. You need not have a GSM module, which again you'll need a battery to power it, and you need a SIM card, which takes up the cost of $10, right? You need not have a GSM compliant IoT tag. 2, there is no infrastructure requirement, which means at the points of tracking, you don't need barcode scanners, which you see at retail outlets, right? They scan barcodes, or you don't need RFID readers. There's no infrastructure requirement. 3rd, with products like Sigfox and LoRaWAN, they are putting up towers similar to cellular data networks all across the country to communicate with these IoT devices. Essentially, they are replicating what the cellular data networks have already done. We are actually piggybacking on an existing infrastructure. Cellular data network is already there, wide and prevalent across the world, right, in most parts of the world. So we are piggybacking on it, which means we don't need any infrastructural requirements to scale our business.
So which makes it really easy to scale.
Absolutely. So you just need to have, download our application, walk to the shopping aisle, and then everything automatically happens. There's no active user involvement in this process at all. It's completely passive from the user side. So, most of us go to shopping malls every month. So we're saying, hey, by the way, just have our app on when you shop, you make $400 every month. So that's
cool. I guess that a lot of retailers and manufacturers will be happy to hear about your solution, right?
Absolutely. Brands lose almost 8% of sale on account of empty shelves at retail outlets, and these are validated research reports.
It really happened to me. Like in these days, I wanted to buy my size. They didn't have. I was in the shop. I was ready to buy, but didn't have my size. So I just left the shop, unfortunately. So it's really lost opportunity. Cool. Tell me about whose idea was it and the team behind the project?
Yes. So I come from a supply chain background. I've been in this space for more than 12 years. I've worked with companies like Dell. I've handled sales and supply chain with multiple companies in India as well. I did my master's in supply chain from Purdue University, which is among the world's best in supply chain. And I run a supply chain services company already with, like I told you, 150 million pounds of products being handled on an annual basis. My co-founder Kumar, he's a tech genius. He's been in the IoT and AI space, artificial intelligence space for more than 10 years now. and he can make things work. And our blockchain team is more than 12 members strong. We are based in India. The supply chain business itself, we are already a team of more than 60 people. So we are an existing running business with running clients, paying clients, and we are moving the solution to the blockchain. So unlike many ICOs, we are not a solution searching for a problem. We already have a problem, we have a working solution. We are making it scalable by moving it onto the blockchain.
Okay, you have already a fund backing your project, which is great in the early stages. What about the rest of the funding, the ICO, when it takes place, and what are the timings, and what is your hard cap?
So we have the Blockchain Founders Fund, as you know, who are backing our project already. We've just kickstarted our private token sale yesterday on the 1st of May 2018, and our public ICO will be out in June of 2018. We are a month and a half away from our public ICO. We are looking out and reaching out to private investors as we speak, and as you can imagine, a lot of private investors are showing a lot of interest in participating in our sale. And yeah, the public ICO will be out in June 2018.
And what is your hard cap?
Our hard cap is $35 million, and which is being achieved through a sale of 400 million tokens.
Okay, 35 million. If you get the hard cap, what are you going to spend the money for?
Much of the money is going to go towards hardware miniaturization. The IoT tag that I spoke to you about, we have a prototype that's up and running, but it's large in size. It's 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. You can't put such a large tag on a bottle of shampoo, obviously. So a significant portion of the money goes towards miniaturizing it into a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch tag, so that it can be applied on all day-to-day products. And a significant portion of the money goes towards community building as well. As I told you already, we have the enterprise side sorted out already. We are building the community of users who will have our mobile application on their smartphones. So marketing dollars are going to be spent behind that. So those are two areas where significant money is going to go in. And obviously the technology development, the distributed infrastructure layer development is something that will take money as well.
Cool. It was great talking to you. I wish you good luck with your project. Definitely disruptive idea, and I hope that your project will help to me and the rest of the world, of the people in the world, that the shelves will not be empty, that I can always buy my size of shirt or my pair of shoes. Thanks a lot for the discussion. Good luck with the project.
Thank you. My pleasure. And in 2 years' time, you will never see an empty shelf. I promise you that.
Oh, thank you. That's good to hear. This is, my friends, that was another really interesting discussion, and follow my YouTube channel for more interesting interviews, and of course subscribe to ICO TV video. Bye bye from Los Angeles. Bye.